Hey, what's going on, ladies and gents? It's Richard Kuo, and in this video, I'm going to try answering the question, how do you love yourself? Before I begin, I want to give you a quick analogy to kind of give perspective what it means to truly love yourself. I want you to imagine someone that you really admire. Maybe it's a role model of yours, and maybe your role model is your mom or your dad, or it could be a brother or sister, or maybe even think about like a crush that you've had before, like someone that you just admire so much and someone that made you like light up inside, excited, energetic. Now my question to you is, have you ever felt that kind of energy of excitement of like, oh my goodness, like I admire you so much to yourself? And if I were to ask myself that question, I'd be absolutely not. I grew up always beating myself up. I grew up always feeling like I wasn't good enough, that I would never be as good as my brother, who was my role model. And I just had so many negative feelings within myself growing up, and there's no way I could just love myself for who I am. I think we tend to be so hard on ourselves, and we forget that we are people as well. We think everyone outside our eyeballs are people, but we forget we are a person too. So why do we treat ourselves unfairly? Why do we put so much pressure on ourselves, but we don't put the same amount of pressure on other people? Of course, we want to grow as individuals, but I think we also need to take care of ourselves and, treat ourselves with respect. I want to share with you kind of my journey, because I feel like I've gone a long way when answering this question of how do you love yourself. I started with hating myself, and now I love myself a lot more. I am still growing, I'm still learning to love myself, but here are just a few tips that I've learned and picked up along the way to get to where I am right now in this moment. The first one is just kind of acknowledging like, man, Richard, you're so fat, man. Like you're not skinny enough, or you're not smart enough, you're not good enough. Acknowledging these voices in our heads, I think, is the first step. That way we could be like, hey, you know what? That's not necessarily true. I'm not stupid, I'm not fat. And they're not. That's a conversation for another time. The second one is acceptance. Acceptance means like, hey, you know what? I'm going to accept myself for who I am in this moment, regardless of these voices. Just remember that I myself am a human being, and I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to think imperfect thoughts, and that's it. Number 3 is, I would say, what is your relationship like with your past self? So all of us have different perspectives of how we look at our past selves. I'll give you mine. So when I look at my past self, before, I used to always look at my past self like, Richard, I'm gonna beat you, man. You're not gonna beat me. I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna be the winner because I wanna be better than you. And it was kind of like this negative hostility towards my past self. But after I recorded last week's video of me just crying my eyes out, live your dream, make every day count, I realized that, wow, Richard, like why are you like trashing on your old self? Your old self wants you to succeed. So this whole time I've been like, had this mindset of like, oh, you suck, old self. But in reality, my old self was like, dude, Richard, you got this, man. Like, keep going. Like, I want you to beat me. So I realized that my old self like loves me, loves my future self. Maybe if you loved your old self and you had a good relationship with that friend or whatever it is, they will love you back and be like, hey, you know what, keep going. And maybe that will be the start of you understanding how to love yourself. Hopefully these little tips were helpful for you. Most of all of us are going through the same exact journey. We're all trying to learn to love ourselves more. We're all trying to learn to grow, to get over our insecurities and all these challenges that we have in our lives. I myself, 26 right now, still going through the same things, but every single day I'm going to fight and keep working on them. And every single day I'm going to have obstacles that are going to try to bring me down and say, hey, you can't do it, Richard. You're not worthy. You're not good enough. But it's my mission. It's my journey to fight back and say, you know what? I'm going to keep going despite all these insecurities. Please, if this was helpful for you, share my channel, Richard Kuo Live. It'd be so much help for me and as I continue to grow. And I think more importantly than sharing my channel, I would like to kind of hear your thoughts about these videos. How can I improve this content for you? Because this is for you. Feel free to jot down a comment down below. I read every single comment. And if I don't respond to it because it somehow slips by, you can email me at richard@richardkuo.com, and I will definitely respond to your emails. All right. Thanks so much, and I hope that you have a wonderful journey and keep in touch. Please reach out to me because I want to do my best and everything within my power to help you out. And I think there's so much we could learn and grow from each other. So thank you very much and have an amazing day. Peace. Yeah.